Oh, I mean, it's hard to think about that we're going to potentially have snow later this week.
Well, yeah, we'll talk more about that on Sunday.
Yes, we will.
So I guess the idea here, since Lee's off,
yes,
and I've never done this before, is we have topics that we have to discuss.
We have topics, and I don't know if you've actually, be honest.
Hot topics.
Hot topics. Have you ever watched our show?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm usually leaving to drive home, so I've seen it a couple of times, but unfortunately I'm not a regular viewer just because it's not safe to watch and drive.
Thank you. That's our first story. It's a PSA. Don't watch TV and drive. One time when we were kids, before, I don't know why this is a random memory. Mom's going to kill me for saying this. Once we were kids, we were headed to vacation, and my mom was like, you know what will be great? We'll take a TV in the car, and we'll plug it in.
Yes.
It blew all the electrical in the car.
Oh, really?
On the way to vacation.
Okay.
It was a disaster. We didn't have one of those fancy cars that has the TVs built in the back seat.
It was kind of jimmied. Did you have exposed wires?
Yeah. Okay. A Harmon vacation.
Well, I'm glad you guys survived.
Yes. How was your weekend? What did you do this weekend?
Lovely. Well, speaking of surviving, I was up on the top of my extension ladder.
Yes.
I call it my annual near-death experience because I'm hanging Christmas lights.
Okay.
And we've got these big eaves up at the top of the roof, and I've got to kind of hang the lights on a stick and then kind of wedge them up underneath. So
that sounds safe.
Every year when I get done and I plug them in, I thank the Lord that they're working and that I'm still alive.
And that you didn't fall on one of your children.
Yes, that's true. I actually had my kids helping me this year, so I'm starting not on the ladder, but
Yeah, he hoists one of his children up.
I just hold him up to the top of the ladder.
Go in faith, sweet
girl. Put it
girl.
right there. It was interesting because I got to the very top of the roof, and under the drip edge there was actually an acorn wedged up underneath it. So there was some enterprising squirrel. And I ruined his winter because I took it out and actually shoved an acorn up there, so you never know what you're going to find.
Oh, wow. Head to the Ackerman household. Joys abound. No, really, I'm so glad you're filling in today. This is so much fun. I bet Lee's at home watching. He'll text us later. He did when Chris was filling in last week.
Oh, did he?
He did. He was like, that was pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. I think he secretly doesn't like it if you all do well.
Whatever you do, old show business thing, just do not do better than the host.
Right.
So I'll make sure I screw up a couple of times at least through this show.
Okay. Well, you're sober, so that's going to put you a step ahead first.
Okay. Well, there we go. Not like that possum and the bourbon from
Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. Okay, so yes, as Tom said, we do hot topics at the beginning of the show, so let's get to them. We do have several to get to today.
Sure.
Hot topics.
That makes me hungry.
Does it? It's meant to. Sponsored by, just kidding. I wish we could get sponsored by Hot Pockets. That would be delicious.
And you don't even have to give us money. Just give us Hot Pockets.
Just give us Hot Pockets. It'll be amazing. Okay, ABC News reporter Brian Ross has been suspended for a major error in a recent report about former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Ross has been with ABC News forever.
Yes.
Here he is. You recognize him.
He's a solid reporter, too.
Yeah. He reported on Friday that Flynn was preparing to testify that President Trump told him to contact Russians. Well, the report quoted a single anonymous source and said it happened while Trump was still a candidate. The network tweeted an apology on Saturday, calling it a serious error. They also corrected the story on air and online. But they've suspended Ross for 4 weeks without pay. President Trump tweeted congratulations to ABC News over the suspension. What do you think?
That's interesting because I was looking at the coverage of that, and I remember that popping up in my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
And some of the other news organizations were reporting on it, but saying, we haven't actually verified or vetted this, but this is what ABC is reporting. And anytime you see that, you kind of start to wonder, whenever the other ones don't immediately, kind of pop on it there, whether there might be something going on.
Yeah.
It turns out, it was erroneous.
I got to say, I'm just glad when I first saw that he was suspended. I'm just glad someone suspended not over sexual assault allegations.
That was refreshing.
I really was like, oh, Lord, he just made a massive factual error. That's it.
Hey, good on you.
Go you. I'm shocked they didn't just give him a raise. I mean, honestly. But that's the thing. When you cite sources, like if it's a trusted source, you want to believe what they're saying, but this person got it wrong this time and it really burned this reporter. So,
all right, well, on to the next one. Do I read this one?
Yes, you read. You got
Former
this.
Today Show anchor Billy Bush says it was Donald Trump's voice on that 2005 Access Hollywood tape, and of course it's now infamous. Bush says Trump was talking about fame, enabling him to grope and trying to have sex with women. The recording between Bush and Trump emerged during the 2016 presidential campaign. As you remember, Bush lost his job over it, and he's speaking out over recent reports that President Trump has been telling allies he's not sure the voice is his. Bush also says he believes the women accusing Trump of sexual misconduct. So.
Oh, goodness. You had to know, these reports that President Trump was saying, I don't know if that's me, blah, blah, blah. Billy Bush, he's... that's got to burn him so bad when he lost his job over this, and then to have, President Trump saying it oh, it might not have been me. Yeah, Billy Bush coming out swinging, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to not even say a single word about any of this.
Okay,
so
cool.
Let's
That
move on to the
sounds
next
good.
one.
So that's that story.
I'm playing it safe.
This next one, you don't get to stay silent.
Oh,
on.
no.
How soon is too soon to pass gas in front of your significant other?
What year did I get married? Late 90s? I don't remember.
When a man recently recorded himself farting.
He recorded it?
He recorded it. That's love.
Don't do that.
He recorded it himself farting in front of his girlfriend for the first time, and the video.
For the first time.
Here we go. Watch this.
Wow. We're just farting in front of each other now.
Oh, sweet Lord. He and his girlfriend were on vacation in Cabo recently. He says they've only been dating for 4 months. I love her side eye. So he thought it would be funny to record himself, as he put it, letting loose the first fart. He then posted the video to YouTube, which now has more than 1 million views.
Well, at least he didn't give her a Dutch oven.
Oh,
right?
sweet God.
I mean, he could have, just totally gone above and beyond. So, on the grand scale of things,
if you don't know what a Dutch oven is,
don't
Urban
look it up.
Oh, okay, don't look it up.
Well, I mean, it's not
It's not.
going to get you in trouble. It's just gross.
You just didn't know that's what it was. Good Lord.
It's not what you make. It's not what you make apple cobbler in Boy Scouts.
No,
which,
it's not. It's not by Le Creuset. I know, I can't believe it. Lee's gonna be like, dang it, I said don't do better than me.
If you were in middle school, you know exactly what I'm talking
You do.
about. All right.
I think, and maybe I'm old-fashioned, I have never, ever passed gas in front of a significant other. I'm like so private and so like.
It's rude. It's just rude.
Yeah.
I mean, go in the hallway. Go in the other room.
Yeah.
Walk outside.
Yeah, that's what Chris Goodman does for you and I on Sunrise.
For you. Didn't do it for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm only saying that because Chris opened up about it once, literally live on the show. Remember we talked about.
He comes back in the weather center and then goes back to the desk. That's what he does.
No. Does he do? Oh, I was like, no. Chris shared with us once that Wendy's chili upsets his tummy. And I'm not just throwing him under the bus here. He talked about this on the show.
That's true. He's talked about it.
He talked about it. If he hadn't talked about this, I wouldn't be spilling the beans.
Yeah, it is beans. Okay, next one. Big Bang Theory star Hayley
Cuoco, I believe.
She's engaged. Her reaction to the proposal was caught on video by her fiance, Carl Cook. It's since gone viral. He captioned the video with, "This is the best night of my life." Cuoco was previously married to tennis player Ryan Sweeting, whom she married in 2013 and then split 21 months later.
She is so, oh my gosh, look, she's like shaking. I love her. I've loved her since back in the, what was it, So Many Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, that show she was on years ago. Okay, it was such a good show.
Isn't she somehow related to...
Simple Rules. That's what it was. Are they related, or are they just on the commercials together?
Business partnership. I thought maybe.
She's his daughter in the Priceline commercials.
Oh, okay.
But are they actually related?
I have no idea.
You're not a big Hayley Cuoco fan?
I watch Big Bang Theory.
Do you?
So I know who she is. I just don't know much beyond that.
That's good for her. When she went through that kind of quickie divorce that she had from her last husband, I hated that for her. So I'm happy that she's found love again. So that's exciting. Good. Okay, Budweiser wants to be the first beer on Mars. Anheuser-Busch plans to launch 20 Budweiser barley seeds into space later this week. Yes, that's where it will remain in orbit for 1 month. It will then be brought back to Earth for Budweiser's team to analyze. The goal is to figure out in the future how to create beer on the red planet. The space launch is scheduled for Friday. What you think?
Well, it's pretty fascinating. I mean, it's, if you don't overdo it, it's a good source of, carbs. I mean, that's what... I think sailors used to do that on overseas voyages instead of drinking water because the water could get contaminated. So
really?
They would drink, ale and spirits because it was distilled and there was less worry about, getting some kind of infectious disease in it. So
that makes total sense.
When you think about space travel, it's basically what ocean voyages were back then. So,
that's kind of cool. Well,
I get it.
And if Elon Musk gets his wishes and he sends all those people to Mars, then they'll have beer to drink, too.
That's
they can
true.
open the first bar on Mars.
But what are you going to do if you want to microbrew on Mars? Is this going to be straight up Budweiser?
It's only going to be, and it's
Can I get something with pumpkin in it?
Yeah. You're right. You
Don't be
hate
bad.
everything pumpkin. Gross. Can you imagine if the only beer they launch on Mars is a pumpkin spice beer? People would be like, I'm heading back to
Yeah,
Earth.
and you're trapped because you can't come back once
No.
you go. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
one-way ticket. So,
One
dear
way.
Lord. Okay.
Better be worth it.
Budweiser it is, right?
Okay, Budweiser it is. Okay, we have a really fun segment here. It's our last hot topic today. So, as you know, Lee Cruz is going to be off work for a while in December. Tom's going to be filling in for the majority of it. Chris will fill in here and
It
there.
took like a month off.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
It's a sabbatical.
It is a sabbatical. It is. He's just on vacation, but because he is using up all the rest of his vacation days. But we decided to have a little bit of fun with his absence. If you follow me on the Facebook page, I know you saw it. I posted, asking for prayers for Lee as we begin to spread rumors about where he is. And I posted this on Facebook. Oh my gosh, so many responses from our viewers saying where they think Lee is. And we want to read a couple of those to you today. A couple of our favorites. Take a look. Kathy Roberts said heard he's applying for Matt Lauer's job.
Oh, geez.
Too soon?
Well,
Is that too soon?
there is a job opening there.
There is an opening.
Wow, okay.
Ann Sarles Harmon, my mom,
Yeah, it is your mom.
said bless Lee's heart. Admitting he has a problem is the first step. Hashtag Team Lee.
I used to live in South Carolina, and anytime you have your heart blessed, it's not a good thing.
It's not a good
That's
thing.
one of my favorite not put downs.
Exactly. It's very sweet.
I love that.
But it burns. Mark Binkowski says, I heard he's interviewing for the Tennessee job.
Oh boy, they filled that, didn't they?
The AD job, not the head
Oh, the
coaching
AD,
job.
that's right. They're still, because they fired the AD because he couldn't get the.
I mean, Lee could have any job he wants right now. Matt Lauer's job, the Tennessee job.
There's a lot of openings. It's just a question of whether or not you actually want it.
True. Scott Lee says probably playing golf in Florida is my guess.
That's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
Pretty much playing golf anywhere is where you can find Lee Cruz, and he's not here. So
Yeah, he loves
That's
it.
a safe one.
William Freeman says, probably in a local corrections facility, I'm betting. Actually not, so we're happy about that. Alan Mullen says, probably in the bathroom.
Well, that's true. And then we get back to that whole first story that we were talking about there.
Yeah.
Hopefully he
And
goes to the bathroom to do it.
yes, and my personal favorite, William Clark says, gender reassignment surgery, to which Lee got on the Facebook page and responded, yes, I will become a man.
Wow. Well, we'll see when he comes back.
We will see. It's
And we've
going
got
to
a
be.
whole month to wait for the transformation.
We sure do. He really is going to be off most of the month. But yes, we're just having some good fun. Lee is just taking some vacation days that he has to take, or
Yeah.
else he loses them.
He wasn't fired.
He was not
I know,
fired.
I know it's a constant threat around here, but
Yeah.
as far as I know, he's still gainfully
Yes,
employed.
he's still gainfully
Using
employed.
his well-earned paid time off.
Exactly. All right, everybody, those are today's hot topics.
Okay. Oh, we have these.
We close it up. And did you know Lee and I
Yes.
sang that?
I
Did
like
you hear that
Yeah,
beautiful
that's
tune?
professional. I can tell it was done in
Yeah.
the studio.
It was, because we're both very talented. Okay, stay with us, everybody. We continue our Shop Local series this week.
Yeah, one of today's featured businesses is the most relaxing one we have featured yet, and I say we as in Lee and Hayley. Spa experience for the holidays. Please, that's next.